Hey everybody, Michael Novo here for the PhotoPro Network, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about our all-new digital and print image competitions and why you should consider entering them. Let's talk a little bit about the why first. Print competition is one of the things that really allows you to sort of better yourself and leap up when you get caught in a plateau. You get a chance to see what the rest of your peers are doing and to go head-to-head against them. On top of that, one of the things that we've done is taken feedback from folks as they've suggested it, and rather than simply give a score to an image, each entry, every single image that you submit, will be discussed by the panel of judges. We guarantee that a minimum of one judge will talk about the image, regardless of whether there's a challenge or not. So you will always get feedback on every single image. On top of that, we've expanded the amount of awards, so it's no longer just first place that gets an award, but now an award goes to the top 3 places. And we've added some great prizes. I won't go into the sponsor list too much because that may future kind of date this video, but we have now added real prizes, great giveaways, and gives you something to sort of strive for. The entry fee, again, if you're watching this currently, these are the current entry fees. This video may be used in the future, and the fees and dates will obviously be different. But currently, if you are a PPN member, it is $10 per entry if you do so before September 10th. After that, the entry fee goes up $5. You do not have to be a PPN member. For non-members, it's just $15 per entry. And there's a limit to 20 entries. Previously, it's been 8 or 10. One note that we have decided to do is for the digital image competition is that it is open to 20. We understand that you may be using this competition to sort of see which prints you would like to send either onto the PPA, IPC, or to WPPI, or to other organizations. And with that, we've allowed a greater number of entries for you as well. However, only the top 4 scoring prints will contribute to your degree of excellence. The degree of excellence is local to the PhotoPro network, and so you are eligible to get your degree from there as well. Let's talk about some of the changes. You can submit images that have been created just within the last 24 months. So an image must be no more than 2 years old. If you're doing this for the print competition for the annual, we do allow one entry that is older than that. You can enter images from previous years if they have scored a 79 or below, meaning that they did not score a merit. You received some feedback on the images, made some changes, and want to resubmit, you are welcome to do that. If you end up submitting an image and it receives a higher score, then only that higher score will stick. As usual, please do remove all of your logos and any identifying marks from the image. If there are any watermarks, then the image will be disqualified. Image processing is anything that was done either by yourself or under your direct control. So it cannot simply be that you hand off an image to somebody and say, please clean this up for me and make it nice and pretty. Or you cannot hand it off to an editor and say, hey, do that style that you're known for doing. You must actually walk the editor through the steps of what you want done. If you need an area lightened or darkened, then you have to point that out. That cannot come from the editor. The work must be yours. And so use your best discretion and judgment from that perspective. You can also enter the same subject. However, there are restrictions. Please read through the section in terms of what it is that you can enter. We do not allow images that are taken at workshops or seminars, unless, of course, you were the instructor to that. So take a look at this section, and that should answer some questions. One of the big changes that I sort of want to get to is that we're introducing 2 different divisions to the image competition. That is the general and the visionary. And what this allows us to do is to separate the folks who want to do a lot of editing, heavy compositing, from those who do not and choose to submit work that is possibly a little bit more natural. And this lets us have an even playing field between the two. The general division, to sum up, does not allow composite work. So everything that's in the frame must have originated in the frame. For example, if you want to do a sky swap, things of that nature, that would then take your image into the visionary division, which allows background sky swaps and any sort of creative editing that you like. There's virtually no restriction on the amount of editing that you can do in the visionary division. It's just the general division where the entry must be 100% photographic in origin and captured by the entrance. There are some exceptions, so please read through here. We go into quite a bit of details, but the general division is designed for photographers who are not looking to do composite work. Visionary does allow that, such as I mentioned before, the sky swaps and background swaps. This does not include opening eyes, like head swaps. If somebody was blinking and you took multiple exposures, images like that are okay to still enter in the general division. The categories break down as following. In the general division, you have a number of different wedding categories: wedding couple together, bride alone, groom alone, bridal party, wedding details. So we've separated it out to give a lot more leeway in terms of where it is that you decide to compete. So now there are 5 different categories just for weddings under the general division. Under portrait, you can see all of the new categories we created, which are portrait general, newborn, high school seniors, engagement, animals, pets, boudoir, and photojournalism. So this gives a lot more room for you to enter. No longer does a pet photo go into the portrait category, and the same thing with newborn children are separated out from other portraits as well. You can read through all of the details here. Those are probably our biggest changes, is that the number of categories and the detail to which you can enter has increased by a lot. And remember that it's going to be the top 3 in each category that take an award now, rather than just first place in a smaller number of categories. Visionary division is where everything else belongs. We have the illustrative category, commercial, wedding day, visionary, non-wedding day visionary, portrait, newborn, high school visionary as well. So that, for example, if you're a high school senior photographer and you submit a beautiful sunlit portrait that you're out in a field, you're not doing any composite work in there, you've entered in the general category, you do not have to compete against a high school senior portrait, which was very heavily photoshopped and a lot of composite work that was done on there. That allows the same style to compete on 2 totally different levels. And to enter the print competition, you can visit printcompetition.com and select PPN from there. We're also going to have some follow-up videos that show you exactly how you go about creating an entry and getting it submitted. If you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out, and we will provide contact info along with this email. Thanks again.